Hey, welcome back to Variety Homestead. This is part two of a several part series in seed starting. And we'll try to put a link to our first seed starting, which was a couple of weeks ago. And that was seed starting part one. Um, and this one is seed starting part two results. So it's been 2 weeks and we've had, as you can see, some plants starting to pop up here. And I'm going to zoom in on these little guys and let you see how they look when they're starting to sprout up. Of course, like is going to be the case, we had some that did not take, and so we'll show you those too. And Debbie's going to describe in just a minute what we have as I go from one pan to the next. You'll also maybe be able to see that when they started sprouting up, she started watering from below. She wasn't putting water directly in the little cups. She was putting them in the bottom of the pan, and so the plants were drinking from the bottom of the pan. So hopefully, when I zoom in, you'll see that. In a few weeks, we're going to be planting the spring garden. These bad boys will go out into the garden, but we're also going to do a part three where we're going to show you how we do the direct sowing, which is where you just take the seeds and put them straight in the ground. And our plan right now is to do lima beans, green beans, corn, white and yellow onions, garlic, and potatoes. Garlic, we usually sow that in the fall, and we didn't do that this year, so we're really hoping for the best. We're doing white and red potatoes. And so without any further ado, we'll get started and we'll come on in here to this first tray. And what do we got here?
Okay, this is hyssop, herb garden, and cilantro, another cilantro. This is mullein, and that mullein took, but this didn't. So I replanted this again, and then this is more hyssop, and then chamomile, and these two are echinacea. They did not grow, and I'm all out of those seeds, so I might have to buy that or get that from someone up here. And then this one is bee balm, feverfew, basil, parsley right here. And this is primrose. I just replanted that. So hoping that's going to work. And then these are all the German Johnson tomatoes here. These right here, here. And these three are the okra that I planted. And here's the water that you can see at the bottom. And then
this is an okra.
Yeah, these three are okra.
And this is an okra.
Yeah.
And this is an okra. Mm-hmm. And see if you can see the water down there. Yeah, there you go.
And then over here we have peppers. These are jalapeno. This is green and green and green.
Your hand's in the way.
Oh, sorry. And then these three are cayenne. And I only have one coming up. But I read about it, and they say that the hotter the pepper, the longer it takes to germinate. So I'm going to give these a few days. And if they don't come up, then I'm going to plant them again. Last year I direct sowed them, and it took forever for them to grow. But so I'm going to give these two a couple more days. And then over here, I'm set up. I'm going to be planting some 3 pots of yellow squash and then 4 cucumbers. And this I bought from the local feed and seed. And I'm going to put 2 in each pot just because if one fails, then, I have a backup. And with the extra ones, I can always give them away or sell them to someone. And I'm also going to plant marshmallow. This is what they call cold stratification, where you get like a paper towel and you get it wet. You put the seeds in there, and then you put it in the fridge for like a week. And that's the way you have to plant this. I don't really understand the science behind it, but I'm going to plant that too.
Is marshmallow an herb?
Yes, it's a medicinal herb. I do believe they use it for like the stalk or the stems. Years ago, they used it to make marshmallows. Now they have like a synthetic way of making marshmallows, but this is a medicinal herb. So anyway,
So we got the starter here, the soil that Debbie mixed up last time, and this is what's left, and this is what she's going to use to start. And it's the same process as last time. She's got these cups, and they have holes in the bottom, and she's going to just take and fill those up with the dirt, and then she's going to put the seeds in the cups. Now, one thing she's going to do differently this time is with these particular vegetables, with the squash and the cucumbers, she is going to make a little deeper hole than she made last time. You can see the seeds. These are
much larger.
They're a lot larger. So the seeds will be just a little bit deeper. Last time she barely dented the soil with the seeds. This time it's going to probably be closer to a finger notch in there, because the seeds are larger and will take better in that particular scenario.
And the reason why we're starting these later is because these grow really fast. And in the past, I started them all together, and these things were huge by the time I got them out in the garden. I'm gonna do I only want 3 squash, so I think I'm gonna do 2. I'll do, and if one for some reason doesn't take, I'll go back.
And like we did last time, she's just got a little sticky label that she's putting on there. We have been down the road of mixing these up, and then when they start, a lot of them look really similar when they start, so you don't know whether you've got a jalapeno or a green pepper, or whether you've got a Johnson German tomato, or whether you've got aroma, or what's going on. So you can see her notching out down to the first finger notch in there.
I have too many. I don't need all these. I do need that one. Yeah, like this one. Last time when we planted, I couldn't remember if I put anything in it or not, because I didn't label it. So I knew I didn't put a seed in one of these. So I just kept watering it in case I did put a seed in there, but I didn't know which one it was. So that's the kind of mistakes you can make if you don't. And when you get these from the feed and seed, they put some kind of dye on them or something. And I asked them why, and they told me, and I don't remember. Because I know the yellow corn seed that we buy from the feed and seed, when we get it, it's dyed red. So I'm really not sure. But they swore by these cucumbers. They're called Point Set 76. So that's our local feed and seed.
Oh, so now you're doing the marshmallow. That's the one that's wrapped in the wet napkin,
Look, see,
right?
look, it's already got little plants growing from it. That's interesting. I'm gonna just plant some
And
of
what's this called? Cold stratification?
Yeah.
So it's basically put them in a wet napkin for a week, put them in the fridge,
Yeah.
and you're going to get, they're going to start to germinate a little bit.
I guess it helps them to germinate. And it's my first round with this. So I'm just going to plant several of them in there and see how I do.
Awesome.
Ooh. That's pretty wild.
And that is marshmallow.
Yes.
That's pretty neat. I always thought marshmallows you put on the end of a stick and you ate them after they caught fire.
Well, I've read the history on it, and it's, like I said, I don't know if it was the Romans or someone, they did that. They might have even been in Africa. I don't know. But they took I think it's the bark, not the bark, but the inside of the stems, and they were able to make a marshmallowy treat. And years ago, that's how they made it. But now it's all done in a factory.
So no, she's not spraying these with Febreze.
No, it's just a good spray bottle.
It's just a really good spray bottle, and we've been using it for many, many years. It is pure water. And she's giving it a little dousing up there. And then after they start to sprout, you can start watering them from the bottom of the pan.
Yeah, that allows the roots to get strong, because otherwise all the energy goes to the top of the pot. So if you water from the bottom, it lets the stems get bigger, which you can see down there. That prevents it from getting really leggy.
All right, so just a little quick recap here. You can see we got a few things that did not take, but most of it took really well. And we're well on our way with these herbs and with these vegetables here. And we're going to expect a really good, plentiful harvest. If the weather ends up being what we hope it'll be. And then we're going to see you in a few weeks when we have prepped the garden, and we are going to do part 3 of this video series. And it's seed starting, part 3, direct sowing. So keep your eyes on the channel. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have a desire, hit the subscribe button. And thank you for visiting Variety Homestead.